Right, let me check if we are live. Are we live? Can you
We are live.
We are live. Right, let me pull up some references before we begin. Yeah, I've been drawing some people at work last couple of days, so Pinterest is recommending me a lot of similar references.
I thought when you said I've been drawing people at work.
Drawing the people.
At work.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but like they're all staring at their phone. That's one reason. So it's not very interesting to draw people that are staring at their phone.
Welcome to society.
And I don't know, it just seemed a little bit awkward. Like, people at work often look at what I'm drawing, and if they see that I'm drawing other people, I don't know, just
yeah, it's like how people don't like people taking their picture.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, most of the time people don't mind too much if you're drawing them, but it's kind of similar to having your picture taken.
They don't mind if you are drawing.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, my Shiftly draws people at work all the time. Hey Encore, welcome back. We just started. I haven't done anything yet.
Are you gonna use the brand new Doggo watercolor palette?
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
You keeping this one? It's so cute.
I don't know. I thought I would just use it a little bit. Like when I just started making watercolor palettes, I always took the time to use my favorite ones for a little bit before I send them off. And I haven't done that in a long time because one, I have so many watercolor palettes that I claimed for my own. And two, I just didn't have the time, but I thought I'd use this one today. And if I ruin
you wanna
it...
sell them after you use them?
Sometimes. Like if I just... You can clean them easily, right? So they...
Yeah, obviously they're meant to...
Yeah.
Be used and be cleaned.
So normally if I use them like once, I just sell them if I can clean them perfectly. But sometimes I get like a little stain on the back because the bottom is not glazed. And if there's a stain on it, usually I will keep it or I will like sell it at a discount. You know, I really think that this one is really cute. That's a palette I would love to. I made one cheap. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really love ceramic palettes, but you probably already knew that because I have so many and I made so many. And yeah, the dot cards are from Stakiwi Colors. She sent me a really big box to give away with my next shop update, and she sent me also these two for myself to use. So all orders in my next shop update will have 2 dots of her to try out. So that's fun. I always like to give away like some handmade paints for people to try out. Alright, I had this idea that I was going to make some small blobs to use as a kind of guide for how big I wanted the people to be, because I wanted to try drawing smaller. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's so much fun to see people use my palettes and make something with them. Of course, we need to have the dog in the picture.
Sideways dog.
sideways dog. Because otherwise I have to draw like this, and I don't think that... like, what's the important thing on this view? It's obviously the dog. It's so much fun to see people work with my palettes and using them on pictures and such. It's just amazing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check these palettes on grazing, because as you can see, this palette grazes like crazy. I find that happens a little bit more often when I'm using a really fine clay to make the palettes. Not sure why. Just want to make some marks to begin with, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, do you mean the small cracks? What did you mean? What's the palette doing like crazy?
Oh, so it's called grazing. I don't know if you can see like the small cracks.
Yeah.
It's like when you drink a lot of tea out of your cup and then it starts to form these small cracks. And sometimes you have glazes that do that because it's sometimes an effect that you want to achieve. And sometimes, you know, if the temperature is not 100% correct for the glaze you're using, it might form grazing. I actually really like it when my palettes have this grazing. It doesn't affect the use of the palettes, but sometimes it's not that easy to control if it has grazing or not. I actually also have like some grazing glazes that sometimes don't graze at all, so it's yeah, I think in Dutch it's called krakelé, so that's similar to German probably. Okay, we have some random blobs. I'm gonna try to keep the characters around the size of the blobs. So maybe I'm gonna like use the blob as a body and then the legs and the heads, and the legs and the head around it. I don't know. Wanna try and sketch loosely, don't make them too realistic. This is definitely already bigger than that I planned to draw, but just gonna try and make it work.
And it's pretty interesting when you have similar sized blobs, if the paintings are or the drawings are smaller or different size. So right now the blob encompasses her torso. Maybe on the next one it'll be her legs as well, or a dress, or
Yeah, maybe.
maybe it's something smaller.
There's also this drawing challenge where you paint random blobs and try to make something out of them. That's not really what I'm doing right now, but it can be fun too. I've been using the Arteza rollerball pens lately, the whole time, because I just have a lot of them. But, they were kinda starting to annoy me, so I switched to these Micron pens. They're a little different.
Those feet? Are those feet?
No, she's wearing gloves.
Oh.
And they're not feet. Do they look like socks to you?
No, why? So when the top is the top, and then she has like 8 toes.
Now you say it, they kind of look like feet.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
Well, this one has like 7 toes. Then. Normally I have such a hard time drawing feet, and now I just accidentally draw them.
8-toed feet.
Accidentally drawn 8-toed feet. I thought it might be a scarf at first, but drawings mostly look entirely as something else still done. Yeah, definitely. You have like a... when I'm drawing at work, I sometimes am in my head like, oh, please don't look at my drawing now, it's looking terrible, or it doesn't look like anything. Don't look at it, it's not done. I think sometimes that I have this... Like, I'm not afraid of starting a new page, but when people are looking, I don't want to start a new page in fear that they will like see the first thing I'm drawing on that page halfway done, and then it feels like I feel like I'm gonna give people a wrong impression of my art or something. I don't know.
So when you were drawing on the wall, didn't you feel like starting out with that, like that would be the same?
Yeah, definitely. But I started like at 8 o'clock in the morning, so everyone was still half asleep. So
We go to Ralph was on their phone.
yeah. But it definitely is easier to work on the wall now. There's already a lot on it. Because if I make something that I am not too happy with, it doesn't matter as much. But I do think because I'm drawing people at the wall at work, it's a little bit difficult. Because if I'm drawing someone and they don't like the way that I've drawn them, well, there is not an easy way to fix it if I'm drawing on a wall directly. So that's kind of still scaring me while I'm working on it. But I finished about all the people that have to go on the wall. Just need to make a couple of changes.
How are you gonna go about making the changes?
I'm probably gonna paint it over in white and try again.
No. Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. You know, It's my boss that doesn't like the painting, so drawing. So I probably have to change it. Yeah, I feel like drawing others can be like really hard because they will quite easily also see the differences. Not necessarily mistakes, but just differences in how they normally look. And if you decide to draw them a little bit differently, or they might easily be like, oh, that's not what I look like, or I don't have such a big nose or something. So it can be hard to deal with. I haven't drawn people I know in a very long time because I didn't want them to be disappointed in how I drew them. And then Tom was like, draw me, draw me.
Oh, was I like that?
Yes. You asked me a couple of times, why don't you draw me? That's why I drew you.
Don't you like me?
I do like you. And that's why I'm scared of drawing you. And I feel like you're gonna be upset if I draw you wrongly.
Yeah, I'm still pissed.
Okay. I won't draw you again.
Have I asked since, huh?
No, you have not. That because you don't like the drawing I made of you.
It's the only reasonable conclusion you could draw from it.
The other conclusion is that it was perfect. And that I can never make such a good drawing of you again.
Just gotta know when to...
Just draw people as comic figures. That mostly works well. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the wall at work at the moment. Just
you're gonna draw your boss as Iron Man or something.
I'm not sure if he would appreciate it.
That's Mr. Muscle.
I feel like he would think he's being mocked if I do that. He probably is.
He would be right.
So when I draw people on the wall at work, and sometimes like other people react on it, that I say like, oh yeah, that's definitely how this person is, or oh, you drew that so well, he really is like that. And sometimes it's like negative things that I drew someone and it looks like he's doing nothing, and then people are like, oh yeah, you can really see that everyone is working except for this person because he's never doing anything and that's perfect. And I'm like, oh man, this was not my intention when I drew him.
Poor man didn't deserve to be, or woman didn't deserve to be criticized.
Yeah.
Was not a political piece.
If people can't laugh about themselves, it can be dangerous. Yeah, and that's why I feel like even though it's gonna be some work, I'm gonna have to change the few things that people don't like. Because I don't want someone to be on the wall in a way that they cannot appreciate. Because you'll have to work there, so you're gonna see it every day. Yeah, I drew this way too big. If the feet are gonna be here, then her legs are gonna be tiny. No, the feet are just gonna be there. And we're gonna deal with it when we're working on this piece. Yeah, it's actually huge. I think I can show a picture of what I'm working on. Let me send it to my computer. Then I'll...
They're gonna be some archaeological dig sites in 10,000 years, and they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is clearly a mural from a original fresco from the early 2020s. This is when the coronavirus happened and we all had to, because society collapsed and everyone started drawing on walls again.
So this is gonna be the mural. There's some more after here, but you cannot see it. And I'm still not finished. I have to draw a lot of things here still. And we're also gonna paint it, which is going to be a lot of work. So that's what I'm working on at my work. But you know, it's fun. I was at work and they were like, "Hey, are there some people that wanna, you know, design a wall or something?" So I signed up for that. And it would be a whole group of us working on it, but I've been doing most of the work now. So maybe with the painting there are other people gonna help me. And otherwise I'm just not gonna paint it. Like, I don't want to do it all alone. Drawing is fine. I think it also looks pretty cool when it's just drawn. Yeah, that was also the plan, right? We have a group with 7, 8, something like that, people in it. Not too happy with this first one, but it's okay. It's kind of cute.
I don't really see the paint anymore.
No,
I guess
not
it's
really.
like a warm spot.
This pen is waterproof. I could add some more paint later on if I want to. I mean, I believe it is. Waterproof and fade-proof fine lines. Micro pigment ink.
My god, you have a micro pigment, how embarrassing.
It's a good thing. It says it here on the pen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not about the size of the pigment.
Want some tea?
Yeah, I'd like some tea actually.
Right.
Right, thank you.
I'll come pour it.
Yeah, come wave on the stream.
No, I'll stay off camera.
Alright. I think I like how this one looks right now. It's different.
Got a cup?
No. I don't have any yet. I've been trying to drink less coffee lately because I drank a little bit too much coffee when I just started working. It's my new job. And I was not feeling well, and I feel better since I started drinking a little bit less coffee. And, we got some fancy teas. And Tom really likes his tea, so he drinks a lot of tea. Let's see. Yeah, and definitely when that's like sometimes when I need a break. Oh, thank you. When I need a little break at work, I just go to the canteen to make myself some coffee. And then I just drink the coffee to have a reason to give myself a break. And, I don't know, that easily makes you take too much coffee, I think. The fragrance of coffee much more than the taste. Yeah, I actually think I like the creaminess of the milk when I drink coffee with milk the most. And, that's also why I like milk tea. But when I make milk tea, I want to have it very sweet. And when I drink milk in my coffee, I drink my coffee without sugar. So yeah. When I drink coffee with milk, I get caffeine, and then when I drink my tea with milk, I get a lot of sugar.
It's the baseline for any productive member of a company, right?
Coffee?
Caffeine and sugar.
Yeah.
That's why they feed you cake. It's a bait.
I really like the tea, how you brew it. It's very nice. It's perfect.
I think this one's nice.
Yeah. This is the Sakura Sencha, right?
Yes.
It's very, very nice. We are big time sencha drinkers. And the Sakura Sencha has a really nice fragrance. And it kind of has a sweet tone into it.
Yeah, which is weird because I don't really associate Sakura Blossom with sweetness.
I don't know. I must say that I don't eat a lot of food that contains Sakura blossoms.
I guess that's true. I think I've drank tea with that in it though.
Yeah, I have some matcha here at home. I actually really like matcha latte, but I don't like matcha as a tea separately, really. I think it's a little bit too bitter for me. Or I don't prepare it well, could be. Or the matcha that I have is not good enough of a quality because I know there's like a real big variety in that. Oh. You were talking about matcha. I actually don't know that. Do you know that, Tom?
I don't think so. Is matcha like a combination with rice or something? I've never heard of it. Oh, well, in that case, I've also not heard of it.
Me neither. Cha probably means tea, right?
Yeah, cha just means tea.
Well, if you like sencha a lot and you like this one too, then maybe we should try it. When we have the opportunity.
So far, I've not been a fan of the teas that feature rice.
I don't think I have had any.
You haven't had any? Maris has some, sometimes.
Oh yeah, but I was too scared to try them. I remember you drinking them.
When?
When we played Dungeons and Dragons last time, and you had weird tea, or was that different flavor?
That one definitely didn't have rice in it.
Wait,
But it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. Nah, it didn't have, at least it didn't taste like it had rice in it.
We went to a place in Amsterdam recently, which had like 1 million teas, but we couldn't stay for very long. Well, we stayed there for quite long, but then we had to leave in the evening, right? Where did we go? Why did we have to leave?
Because we wanted to purchase books.
Oh yeah, true.
Which we did.
And we had to be quick because the store was going to close in like 10 minutes. And so we had a tea ceremony before, and we bought this sencha, the sakura one, but we didn't really have time to look at all the other teas.
We didn't even. I mean, we smelled the oolong, but we didn't look at any of the dark teas.
No, we just needed to run to the bookstore. Yeah, it was a really nice day, and we definitely need to go back because we did not have enough time in the bookstore. We bought what's it called? A Regard of Silent Things from Patrick Rothfuss, and we bought for you the Way of the Kings. Way of Kings.
Yes, the Way of Kings.
The Way of the Way of. No, that's not what I said. Don't turn my words. The Way of Kings from Brandon Sanderson. And did we buy something else? No.
No.
No. I think we got those two.
Didn't have time to look at the Martha Wells novels.
Yeah, I looked at the Art of books because they had like so many, but I was kind of broke. I'm still kind of broke. Otherwise, I might have bought a book or two. Yeah, Patrick Rothfuss. I'm not sure how he wrote The Name of the Wind. It's quite a popular book.
He's been riding cruises ever since.
Yeah, we're actually listening to the Wise Man's Fear right now at an Audible book because for one, I found it not acceptable that Tom didn't read The Name of the Wind yet, and I really enjoy the Audible books. I think that the voice acting in them is amazing. There are actually only two. There's The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear, and the last one is going to be The Stone Doors, but that one is not out yet. But he did write the Regard of Silent Things, I think the book is called, or The Small Regard of Silent Things. It's a little side story about Auri. I haven't read it yet, but I've started the first 3 pages. That might be because the Wise Man's Fear is like a thick book. The Name of the Wind is not that big, but the Wise Man's Fear is like really big.
So I haven't seen the books, but the audiobook for The Name of the Wind was 27 hours approximately, and the audiobook for The Wise Man's Fear is 39?
49?
No, it wasn't over 40.
Oh, I thought it was. Maybe you're right, 39. Because the Way of Kings is like 52 hours. That's a huge book. I quite like how this one turned out. It's roughly the same size as the other one. Not the size I wanted them to make. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna draw one more girl here, and then down here we're gonna draw some men, I think. Or at least not as girly. To try and do some different things. Yeah, I just love like ruffles and stuff. I love skirts and dresses. And that's why I draw them so often, and then whenever I draw pants I'm like, what is this? How do I draw this? How do pants work?
Pants, how do they work?
Some cloth pieces are just difficult to draw. Maybe I wanna stylize this one a little bit more. You guys inspired me to want more tea again. I'll ask a friend who's visiting today. Take out a tea shop, and yeah, that's awesome.
I think tea makes solid gifts for multiple reasons. For one, it's easy to re-gift if you don't like it. Secondly, it's consumable. So if people don't like it, but they are too polite to re-gift, too bound by societal norms, you can just drink it and at least it's gone then. You don't have the junk laying around in your house. Thirdly, there's some really fanatical tea drinkers like me and some really specialized shops, so you have such a wide range of choice in terms of gifting.
Yeah, definitely. I liked when we had the Sinterklaas festival at your place and everyone got tea. Literally everyone got tea, right?
Yeah,
except
but
for
also,
your grandpa probably.
Yeah, but also everyone got ritual.
Yes, ritual soap. And I think there's a right variety of flavors in.
Oh, another good reason. It fits inside stockings
For Christmas.
for Christmas. Yes, or whenever you would like to put some tea in your stockings. Not necessarily season related.
You just want to leave a little surprise. So in the Netherlands, we often celebrate like Sinterklaas instead of Christmas, or we celebrate both. That's also possible. But we usually get gifts with Sinterklaas, and the like lore is that you get the gifts in your shoes. And I remember being a kid, and I would just like put bigger things instead of shoes. So I hoped that I would get more gifts because I had something bigger. Do people with big feet get more gifts with Christmas? Do you
Larger gifts, right?
do you fill up the entire sock? And for me, it worked. Just putting bigger things gave my parents reason to fill it up entirely. I got more candy. Payoff. Very small chocolate gifts mostly. Yeah, we have chocolate gifts too. A lot of candy. And then my sister would try to outdo me and put something even bigger next to my thing next day. And we'll have a little war going on that every day we try to get more candy. I think at one point my parents were like, okay, that's enough. No more bigger things. My parents always told me that Sinterklaas didn't exist and that actually they were giving the gifts. And, we didn't believe them.
I mean, it seems weird now. But now that you've seen my sister give our dog the gift we got our dog, feels like it's important to let the receiver know that it was actually you.
Yes. I am so sad that she gave Tiki the duck donut that we got him. He was so
Sure he
happy with
doesn't-
it.
Sure, he doesn't remember anymore.
As soon as he saw the donut, all his thoughts went to hiding the donut and not who gave it to him. We thought the duck donut was a great gift, but apparently he doesn't eat it. He just hides it.
He only moves it. So he can't pin it down. In case we would like to steal it. The ever elusive duck donut. Avoiding capture.
I said I was gonna stylize this more, but I don't think I did. It's quite a similar style.
When you started this stream, I expected you to look at the 6 colors of paint and just try and make something based on the colors you had. Like, think of a scenery or piece, whatever, that included all of these colors.
Yeah, but this sketchbook doesn't really like watercolors a lot. So, I don't know, I don't wanna try and force it because it can barely hold 1 layer of paint, so I don't wanna try to mix a lot. And yes, I know I glued this watercolor piece in here, this watercolor paper, so I could make a watercolor piece on there, but I think I'm just gonna work really simple today and do some people sketches and use minimal paints. I kinda wanna fill this sketchbook. Kinda wanna do it quickly, so I don't have to, so I can buy 3 more sketchbooks. That's the main reason. I'm not even halfway there yet.
At least you're doing both sides now,
Yeah,
so it's actually almost halfway.
that's true. But that's also why it feels so slow.
Yeah. You've conditioned yourself in a weird way.
Let's see if I find some reference. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah, I've been trying to force myself to finish sketchbooks because I really like flipping through old sketchbooks. And if they're unfinished, then I don't like it as much to flip through them. I think seeing a sketchbook being filled up slowly is also for me a great motivator to work in it more. Because then I'm like, oh, I only need so many pages before it's filled up. Okay, this one I'm still gonna do this big, and then the next one is gonna be tiny.
One day they'll shrink.
Well, one day they'll shrink. I just have some complicated poses. I'll go prepare for a visit. A friend is still listening. Friend has a big doggo.
Oh,
Oh, a big doggo.
that's what you like to hear.
Yes. It will be fine, right? I mean, I know that can maybe be a bit intimidating, and also if they're really active and want to play, it might be a bit scary, but you know, I love dogs. I think dogs are great. I think the dog is a lot less scary than that people are. Go say hello to the doggo for us. Give him a nice pet.
Snacks. Nice snacks.
Nice snacks.
Bribe him.
Let him know we love him. You know, I'm planning to when we have a dog, I'm planning to start every video and every stream with a little clip of my dog.
We stream.
Yeah, with the stream, I'm probably just gonna like grab him for a little bit to show him. Look, this is my dog. Look at him, he's amazing. I'll point my webcam to him. Don't you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, sounds great.
I definitely have no feeling for proportions today, but that's okay. You know, I really hope we get called for the dog today, but we probably won't. I shouldn't hope on it, because we probably are not gonna get her, but I really hope we do.
You know what I'm hoping for today?
What are you hoping for today?
I hope to receive a mail that they found my jacket.
Yeah. I hope so too. Did you get any response or no?
No.
No.
Well, I got the automatic response of like, we have received your
Yeah.
lost and found request or whatever. It's your number 10,600 whatever.
Okay, but if he got a call or a mail for your jacket and we got a call for the dog, which one would be the better news?
The dog.
The
Well,
dog.
no, probably the jacket actually, because if we get the call for the dog, it doesn't mean that we got the dog, right? We
Yeah.
could just get a call, so they plan to stop by or whatever, or we could even get a call where they're like, we thank you for your
Yeah.
interest. We gave it to someone else. Here is 12 other cute dogs we still want to get rid of.
Yeah.
Guess we're shelter.
Yeah.
And then if I get a call for the jacket, like they're definitely gonna have found the jacket. No one's gonna call me if they don't have the thing.
That's true.
You gotta so the it's lower reward but lower risk. This is a pretty complicated pose.
Yeah. It is. There's also stuff on the ground, so I can't really see his
Oh.
shoes.
Yeah, I was thinking you could have just not drawn the legs.
Yeah, maybe. But I want to practice pants. I just told you that. You can only draw.
No one's supposed to listen. Yeah, you did.
There will be a quiz at the end.
Nice. Should set up a quiz, like a random spinning wheel, not spinning wheel, like Jeopardy wheel of fortune. Some bunch of generators online. We just have a generic quiz question at the end. Were you paying attention? Quiz. It'll be like, how many times did the dog yawn? How many pets did the dog receive? You know, the important stuff.
Yeah. I think this is fine. Of course, now I only have pictures of people playing instruments. Here, at least one is going to be small. been drawing mostly almost directly off reference picture so far, but I think we're gonna make up some characters on the next page. Use a reference picture and add some of my own imagination to it. This guy almost fits into the blob.
You were supposed to fit into the blob? I mean,
no,
of
no,
course.
no.
No, I knew that.
No, they were not. But you know, I think that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of the page. I'm just gonna paint some more blobs in between these spaces and make some characters. Maybe not here, I think this is a bit too small. But you know, here, definitely. And then maybe down here. And then, of course, this blob. Still have to do.
Moving down by adding more blobs. No backing out now.
We're gonna fill this page entirely. It's also paint one blob on the next page already, so we have like a little thing that pulls the pages together. Look at how much nicer this paper handles the paint than this. This paper is not meant for painting, and neither is this paper. that big dog of friend is well trained, but when she sees cats, apparently hell breaks loose. So yeah, we cannot stay in my kitty kingdom, but we'll have to go for a walk.
Pretty hard to train a dog to handle cats if you don't have a cat.
Yeah. I also don't know how you would go about it. I don't know a lot yet about training dogs.
Yeah, no, but I mean, our dog stopped being aggro to the chickens because we kept calling him off. I mean, he's also quite obedient, I guess.
Tiki or the dogs you had before that?
No, Tiki. Wouldn't you say he's obedient?
Yeah. He quietly accepted that I had to cut his hair.
Exactly. He's not happy about it, but he also won't do anything about it. He's which is weird because when we got him, he was so alpha, and now he's such a little beta bitch.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a good chance to get. Well, we have a good chance to get a dog, but we don't have a good chance to get this dog.
So obviously are so many dogs in so many shelters that if you want any old dog, there is so many you can choose. But
Yeah.
we don't want any old dog. We want Paco.
Yes. He's adorable. And, you know, there will be another Paco. And, but it might take a little while before we find another one. Hey, Darkest Raven Designs. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. One of my cats, Luna, grew up with a dog, so she would be okay with the dog, but I'm not sure about my Penny. Yeah, it's also
you're worrying about the other way around. You're worried that your cats are gonna fuck up the dog, like our rabbit fucked up our dog.
But that rabbit was aggressive.
Fudged up. Sorry about the casual swearing.
Yeah.
Still haven't gotten it out of my vocabulary.
The good thing is that YouTube cannot demonetize me because I am not monetized. That's the good thing. Yeah, that rabbit was aggressive. Like the first time I went to Tom's place, he still had the rabbit. And I was like, oh, what a cute rabbit, I'm gonna pet him. And then the rabbit jumped at me. Like, probably tried to bite me, but didn't succeed.
So our rabbit and our dog have had 1v1 where they had a stare off like they were in a western, and then the rabbit ran at my dog and bit in his nose.
Poor Tiki.
And that's how Tiki got to be at the far bottom of the pecking order. I guess he's still above the guinea pigs.
If you get another rabbit in the future, if your parents get another rabbit, then Tiki might be scared. Because he now has this... how do you call it? He thinks that all rabbits are gonna act like that.
Yeah.
But that rabbit was crazy. This is not dry yet. Do I wanna draw on it when it's not dry? Yeah. He got traumatized by rabbits every time he now sees a rabbit.
Like our rabbit could have starred in the Monty Python. What movie is it? Is it in the Holy Grail?
No, don't ask me anything about movies, I don't know anything.
What do you think of Monty Python?
I don't know anything about movies. Don't ask me anything. Every time someone talks about a subject I am supposed to know something about, I just pretend. Yeah, sure. I know what you're talking about.
So, you haven't seen any Monty Python stuff?
Name a couple.
Well, their most
Name
famous. Their most famous movie is probably Life of Brian, which spawned the song "Always Look at on the Bright Side of Life," which is probably most famous. Then there is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Maybe you know The Nights That Say Ni, or the Black Knight that gets all his limbs cut off until he's just a head.
No.
Maybe you've seen the sketch where they repeat the word spam a bunch of times, which is the origin of the word spam.
No. I don't think so.
So,
No, some of those things I might have seen, but I just don't remember, or like I didn't know that it was that I was looking at. So most of the time we would just have like on TV random stuff on.
I doubt it has been on TV. It hasn't been on. I mean, maybe the movies, but the sketches definitely not, because none of the Dutch broadcasting platforms had the right. None of them bought the rights. Maybe you know the song "He's a Lumberjack, He's Okay."
Don't reveal how little I know.
Maybe you know the alphabet.
And I do know the alphabet.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, name 26 letters.
See, I know things.
Was wondering if you were gonna do it, so I could have said, well, that wasn't the order I was gonna go for, but alright. So weird that we've been so indoctrinated with the order of the alphabet that it just sounds completely wrong.
Thank you for being here. It was lovely to have you, and have fun with your friend and with the doggo. Bye bye.
Right, give the dog, remember, give the dog snacks for us. I mean,
Yes.
hugs, cuddles.
That's Tom. He's in the other room. He's my mental support on the live stream, so I don't stress out. He doesn't want to be on camera. He's also my boyfriend.
Boyfriend second, mental support first.
And because I was kinda scared about starting to live stream again, he is gonna chill in the Discord sometimes and talk with me, so I don't feel like so I don't get a panic attack. Yeah. So it's really late in Australia now? Like you're already done for the day? Or is it early? It's late, right? Can you see the chat, Tom?
Yes.
Alright.
Why you ask?
Well, I'm just wondering. Because you didn't say hello back and that's kinda rude.
Don't worry, I've been hired as a mental support in the past. We can get through this together.
That's how you get new clients.
Streamer mental support. I mean, that's probably a specific type of therapist, right? That does influencers and streamers.
Yeah.
Gotta be a lot of similar issues in terms of parasocial relationships and whatever.
Just finished editing my video. Man, I hate doing voiceovers. Yeah, I have a video that I'm not done with editing yet. And there's no voiceover in that video, so it's just like I did the talking while I filmed. And I hate it, so I was kind of thinking about removing the audio and doing a voiceover instead. But also voiceovers are so stressful to make because you have to do them over and over again if you don't like how it sounds. It just feels weird talking.
Did you write a script?
Screen.
Also, second question. Would you say you have more of an Australian accent or more of a Dutch accent?
I feel like every time that I write a script and I try to do the voiceover, it sounds like really unnatural, like I'm not good at reading of a script. Tom thinks I should make more scripts.
I know, it's just what I would do.
Canada. Have you lived in Australia for a long time now?
Also, I didn't ask what other people would say, I asked what you thought.
which is weird that we all hear our own voices different. And you surely have more reference of what a Dutch accent sounds like, because you've heard a lot of them on this very stream.
Yes, you're listening to me. I have the most Dutch accent.
And if you want some reference, you can watch How It's Made episode about Heineken beer. You want some real Denglish? Watch some Louis van Gaal clips.
What was that one video with I cannot understand you if you do not spreek clearly or something. There's a video where they I think it's even worse than how I pronounced it. And he says like, I don't understand you if you don't speak clear English, and then he says it in such a horrible Dutch way that it's just the irony. Came here in 2010, married to Aussie, but some Dutch people do recognize my accent.
There's some people that immigrated to Australia.
Yeah. I do wish to visit Australia, but I'm also scared that something will kill me.
As things do in Australia.
Yeah. It's probably just like not as bad as you think it is, because the internet will probably make it worse. But no, there are some creepy animals. Oh, I'm drawing off camera. I was drawing this dog. You grew up in Rotterdam. Well, that's where we wanna move. After I forcefully took Tom away from Rotterdam. He had no choice. I think Rotterdam is a great city. Fun place. Are you living in a big city too in Australia? Or more of the countryside? More city-ish. We live in Tilburg now, which I would also describe as city-ish.
I live in success. Like inspirational speaker. Yeah, didn't know there was a lot of stuff over on the west side of Australia.
I must say I don't know anything about Australia. I can recognize when they show Sydney in a movie, but that's it. Like, hey, that's Sydney. I know that.
Yeah, that's Sydney.
And, I know there's more nature than in the Netherlands, but that's not hard. Not everything kills you. Oh, that's nice. Only most things. West Coast. Sydney, and it's probably like also Australia is pretty big, so there will probably like be some differences depending on where you are in Australia, both in like customs and nature. So I did get the pallets back from the pottery this week, the Patreon pallets. So I'm gonna make a post about that soon. I also got these ones back. I have a couple of them, which I am so happy with how these turned out. And, it's been going very slowly, the ceramics, and it's been hard to make time for it, but I do think that everything I get back is looking incredible. Yeah, I really like the ones with the doggos on them. I think they pretty cool. Yeah, maybe it's not a bad thing if I'm taking things more slowly with my ceramics. It also gives me less of a production feeling and more time to think about what I'm actually doing. And I'll have some more free time soon, because I don't have a lot of shifts this week for my work. And I'll probably don't have a lot of them next week. I mean, I haven't had my schedule yet, but I'm expecting them to not give me a lot, because they've been kind of difficult about it. That's for sure not good for my wallet, but it is good for me to have like a little bit of a breather again and have some time to figure things out and to make pictures for my webshop and send out the Patreon pallets and do all that kind of stuff. Quite like how the page is looking so far. But I do need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna make a be right back note. Once you have Patreon on, that's something off your plate. Yeah, definitely. Like, it already feels like when I announced that I was going to quit the Patreon and I'm not working on the pallets anymore, that's one step. But I just need to like finish it off and do the rest, and then I can finally not think about it anymore. Yeah, it's quite late for you already.
We'll forgive you.
No.
Actually, I won't presume to speak for Caitlin. I'll forgive you. Her wrath is her own.
I really am really thankful for you being here and checking out the stream. And you need to get your sleep. Take care of yourself. Yeah, and the little one doesn't always think about the amount of sleep you've had. Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom, and if you're going to bed, then thank you for hanging out here, and it was nice to have you, and good night. And I hope your little one lets you get some sleep this time. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself while I'm away. I'll be right back. Bye bye.
Ah, no be right back screen. Oh no, you wrote a note. Okay, fine. Thought you were doing some major graphic design.
Hello, we're back. Let's see how things look on my channel. I'm feeling some different music, I think. Let me check. We've had some similar music for a while now. Tom, you know you're still muted, right?
I forgot.
I quite like how this page looks, but now I'm kinda... Now I have to start this page. Well, I still have a blob here, I guess, which I can fill. Just looking at reference to see...
So, how hungry are you? Because we didn't have lunch.
I'm pretty hungry. So I can also just finish this one and then maybe I should just stop streaming and we'll have some food.
We don't have to have dinner, we can also just lunch late.
Have a little snack. Did you buy bread this morning?
Yes.
I also wanna maybe try and finish my YouTube video this evening. So I think it's maybe about time to stop streaming anyways when I finish this.
No, I feel like you should have at least draw on the little blob on the right page. Like that you set this as like a mini goal to yourself. This is at least what I'm gonna do today. Can't quit now. So close.
Is that what I said?
No, that's not what you said. That's what you thought.
Oh, no, right. Yes, I'll draw on the mini blob on this page. And after that we'll have a little snack. Right in time to be to get called for the dog. This paper draws so differently than the other one. Like this one and the paper of the sketchbook itself is so these two are both very smooth, so it's very easy to glide over with your pen. And, this one is quite rough. Could just draw him without the legs too here. But, I wanna try and practice drawing more full bodies. So
We're getting so small. On the next page, they're big again.
and didn't try to make him small.
You try to make him small. Oh, this guy, you mean?
This guy. I guess this guy is a little bigger than inside Plop. Alright. So I think we're gonna finish it here. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. We only used a little bit of the watercolor dots. I had hoped to finish a little bit more, but I drew... I don't know if I actually drew slowly, but I just I guess I underestimate the time, how long it takes to fill up an entire page. I think I usually take about an hour to fill up one page, and I guess we've been streaming for almost 2 hours.
You can probably, YouTube probably has stats for that, right?
Yeah, probably.
Otherwise you can check out the duration of the VOD later.
Yeah. Oh.
Actually, you've been streaming for an hour and 55 minutes.
Yeah, so that's spent quite a long time, but also it's a really filled up page, and I have these like small and detailed drawings here, so they probably take longer. Well, you know, when I'm drawing more again, I'll probably get a little bit quicker. It doesn't matter too much. I'll make some progress again next time. I'm gonna end it here, and thank you guys for joining. If you haven't subscribed yet, it would be awesome if you could do so, and of course like this live sketching session, that would help out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Later.